Hello, everyone. This is Bill Apter down here in Apter's Alley with an impromptu Raw chat. First of all, I want to thank everybody for making the Thursday night live shows, the Bill Apter video magazine, a success. Everybody seems to like it. And this week, again, we will have special guests. Anyway, this chat here, this Raw chat, was totally unscheduled. So just want to talk some Raw. So Danny has entered the room. Will S, hello. Let's see, spread the word. And Teddy Two Stone Heart, hey. All right, Big Ray is not doing the live Monday night tonight, and we'll be doing some other live reports during the week. Of course, he will every week. He does the Impact teleconference, and he's going to be doing a special report each week, probably on Friday nights, where the contracts are being signed, sealed, and they just have to be delivered, of course. So, Monday Night Raw. Let's see. Hello from England. Hey, Sydney Barnsley. Hey, give a wave. All right. I don't have my. I used to have my British flag down here. By the way, my favorite candy in the entire world is from England. And my good friend Ali Marafi, who is the main man at Qatar Pro Wrestling, even though that's not in England, every year at WrestleCon, he is kind enough to bring me my favorite candies from England, Roundtree fruit gums. And I also like the British Fanta. I really, really like British Fanta. So, Will S., you missed Raw tonight. Well, the Ronda Rousey stuff is all over on all the news channels. Everybody covered it. So if you see me looking down a bit, I have a lot of stuff on Microsoft Word, just some notes. But what I want to talk about before we talk about Ronda Rousey, something that really The Keeper, that's cool stuff you have in the background. You got to watch on Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. I do some touring of Apter's Alley on some of those shows. And by the way, that gentleman from the United Kingdom, working out a situation where I might be coming to the United Kingdom later this year. And I'm still, let me see where it is right now. I'm still writing for, the only print magazine that I'm writing for right now is Total Wrestling Magazine. And they are, of course, published out of Britain. Great magazine. And if you can see right on the top, I have returned. I do a monthly feature called the Apter Files, which is talking about lots of things that have gone in my career. And, of course, it's not here. I'm standing in front of Apter's Alley right now. My book is Wrestling Fixed. I didn't know it was broken. You know what? Let me get this sucker right now. Can you see this? I wonder if you can see this. There you go. I'm getting burned out by the lights here. But yep, that's the book. And you can go to Amazon and get it. Okay, so let's talk some Monday Night Raw. I was confused with something. I'm not starting at the beginning of Monday Night Raw. I was confused about something. Did you see the John Cena segment? Yeah, the John Cena segment with Goldust. Huh? I'm still confused. And Cena, of course, looked confused, but I have no idea what that was all about. Goldust came down in old school Goldust style, and he wanted to spoil John Cena's dream of going to WrestleMania. As you know, last week on SmackDown, John Cena is now added to Fastlane, and whoever wins that match will go to WrestleMania as the world champion. Cena said he wants to do that. And when he beats AJ Styles or whoever else in that match to become world champion, he wants AJ to exercise his right for an immediate rematch. So it'll be a three-way at WrestleMania: Shinsuke Nakamura, AJ Styles, and John Cena, which would be pretty cool. But what I didn't get is why Goldust? Just coming out of nowhere and saying that he always had the dream to be, got to do the point, at WrestleMania, and he wanted to spoil Cena's chance, and it just seemed weird. So what about your feelings? Goldust is a legend, Alan Bennett. Yeah, Goldust is still going strong. Hall of Fame status. Oh, yeah, definitely. The son of the American dream, Dusty Rhodes. Did you notice when you look at him and you get a really, really good look at him that he does look like his dad? Yeah, you can see that in him. But it just was kind of unusual to have Goldust in that segment. I don't know why. It just seemed weird. I didn't not like it. It just seemed unusual. SoFly BM03, what does that mean? Your name says it was really odd, but it was good because it was different. That's true. It definitely was different. Yeah, you know what it was? It was out of the regular loop of Monday Night Raw. Real Game Master, why ain't Hayes, Tunney, Bundy, and Killer Bees not in the Hall of Fame yet? I don't know. Not on the committee. They should all be in the Hall of Fame. Daniel Rapp, possible last final run on the way out, transitioning soon. That's possible too. I don't know. It just makes you think what they were doing that for. Sydney Bonslita said, Bill, do you think it will be Cena versus Undertaker? That still could happen. As you know, the talk was that it was going to be John Cena against Rey Mysterio, but Mysterio has sustained a fairly serious injury at a Northeast wrestling show and don't know if he will be ready by WrestleMania to compete, because people were talking about John Cena versus Rey Mysterio, which would have been a good match too. Could the match against The Undertaker happen? Of course it could. Mr. Randy 1, I'm going to answer your question. Then I'm going to go back to Raw and we'll come back and answer some more questions. He says, how was Gorilla Monsoon in the ring? There were two versions of Gorilla Monsoon. The Gorilla Monsoon that I saw when I was growing up back in the late 60s was more of a svelte Gorilla Monsoon. He was a maniacal bad guy managed by Wild Red Berry, who also managed the Fabulous Kangaroos. And he was a monster. He was a monster among men. Yeah, actually, Gorilla Monsoon was the first monster among men, as far as I'm concerned. So Braun Strowman, if you're watching this, he was the first one. Maybe he was your prototype. I don't know. Itchy nose because it's going to snow here in a couple of days. So that means hanging out at the alley. Okay, so the opening segment, and I'm not going to go through the entire Raw show, but of course we need to talk about the opening segment of Monday Night Raw with Kurt Angle coming down, with Ronda Rousey coming down in her. I think she looks really cool in that whole hot rod leather jacket. That was his jacket, by the way, and the whole shirt and everything. It's really, it's a tribute to him. And, I'm going to start calling her Hot Ronda. No, she'll punch me out for that. But she really gained a little more momentum tonight. And what they did in the ring, where they had the battle against Stephanie and Triple H, and announced at WrestleMania, it will be Stephanie McMahon and Kurt Angle against Ronda Rousey, Let me go back up. It will be Stephanie McMahon and Triple H. Stephanie McMahon and Triple H against Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle, the Olympic heroes, the Olympians. Just very cool. I think that originally, as you know, the talk was they were trying to get The Rock to be Rousey's partner, and obviously that doesn't work out. But this is a good dynamic, a good way to set this up. And as I mentioned, the buzz is everywhere right now. I'm sure TMZ is going crazy seeing this as well. What do you think? A Real Game Master said he met Gorilla as a kid. Well, that's great. That's great. So again, thanks for joining us. This is totally impromptu. That's why I didn't post the link or anything for this. Oh, yeah. Hillbilly Jim going into the WWE Hall of Fame. That's great. Thank God I'm country boy. He was one of the originals from the Rock and Wrestling Connection. He was in the Hulk Hogan. Be right back. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. He was in the original Hulk Hogan Rock and Wrestling era. Well, you know something, Hillbilly Jim. I'm glad you're here, man. Yeah, I'm very very psyched about this because that was an incredible era. Look at this. I haven't opened this tape in years. Buena Vista Home Video. Join the mailing list. I'm going to send this in and see what happens. But Hillbilly Jim was part of the Rock and Wrestling Connection, which is what started sports entertainment, of course. Not really. My opinion, it was Jerry Lawler against Andy Kaufman. When do you think it started? But fantastic that he is going into the WWE Hall of Fame. I will be there, and I can't wait to see him. When people ask me about who are some of the nicest people that I ever met in the wrestling business, he's definitely one of the nicest. So, and he really deserves it because he helped make a difference as it was transitioning from pro wrestling to sports entertainment. So he joins Double J, Jeff Jarrett, Ivory, Goldberg, the Dudleys, and we also found out, and that great kid, JJ, who's going to be getting the Warrior Award. And we found out tonight that Chloe and Halle will sing America the Beautiful. So congratulations to Hillbilly Jim. If I'm pausing a lot, it's because I'm reading your comments here. Uncle Elmer. Who said Uncle Elmer? That was M. Randy One. Yeah, Uncle Elmer and Hillbilly Jim. Anybody remember the Scuffling Hillbillies? Other than me? They were when I was growing up watching wrestling at Sunnyside Garden. Real Game Master loved the song, said WWE never used it on the Coliseum videotapes. They edited it out. Yeah. Hey, Bill, it's Roy Lucier. Hello, Roy. Send you an email. Please read it when you get a chance. Check it out right now. Is this something that I can read in public? Oh, my internet's not. I will read it. I will read it privately and get back to you. The Keeper. I'm looking forward to the Dudley Boys being inducted finally. And speaking of Double J, I met him a while back. Awesome guy. Yes, he is. Cousin Junior, Cousin Luke. Yeah, there were a lot of hillbillies, but when I was growing up as a kid, it was Roy Connolly and someone else. I'll have to look it up. I can't do it while I'm talking to you. Okay, let's see what else caught my eye on Monday Night Raw. Oh, Alexa Bliss calming down. Nia Jax, of course, lost to Asuka, who I still call Azuka. with her arm breaker there, and Alexa Bliss in the dressing room next to a crying Nia Jax, saying, you were always kind of treated like a freak, something like that, and calmed her down. And that was a little unusual too, but good segment. The countdown. Oh, I love this line when Braun Strowman said to Elias was nowhere near him at this point, but he said, "We're now going to your countdown to your extinction. Countdown to your extinction." That would have been a great line on the magazine cover headlines. Braun Strowman's countdown toward extinction of Elias. So Elias came out, very talented musician, by the way. He played the piano. He played the huge bass. He also wore it. He played the drums, the guitar. Anyway, as soon as he finished doing all that, he ran backstage. Strowman caught him, broke the huge bass on him. Did any of you feel this when Elias went up to the top rope and came down with the elbow smash? He looked just like Randy Savage to me. He really did. So the symphony match, and he got crushed. Elias got crushed by the piano that Strowman collapsed the legs and put on him. So very violent, but it was good. Matt Hardy, Bray Wyatt. Matt Hardy has invited Bray to finish this off at the Hardy compound. Now, this is great because, as you know, that originally took place on Impact Wrestling with the compound. So now they're taking it there. What's amazing to me is when people say that not a lot of people watched Impact Wrestling back then when they were doing all this. They had a huge audience, and it's obvious that the WWE fans were tuned in because by the reaction of the audience, the live audience there, they all knew what the compound was. So, yeah. The third annual Mizzies were handed out tonight. I don't have that list in front of me at the moment, but okay, so let me go to some of your questions. Let me get off my Microsoft Word here. And Jeff Jones, hey, Bill. Hey, Jeff Jones. So here is what, comb over, okay? All right, so here is what is very cool. Let me move this a little bit so you can see a little bit more of Apter's Alley. That's that's a ladder of success. It's all the awards. Hopefully, I'll see a lot of you in New Orleans. I'll be at Awesome Wrestling Entertainment's table along with J.J. Dillon, Short Sleeve Samson, my midget buddy, Tully Blanchard, Lex Luger, and a lot of other people with Awesome Wrestling Entertainment. Teddy Long, I believe, too, will be there. And that'll be at WrestleCon. And I'll be at the Hall of Fame, not inducted, but I will be at the Hall of Fame and WrestleMania this year. And my son Brandon will be attending his first WrestleMania with me this year. Okay, so let me go to some more questions. Bobby Hopkins, more fond memories of Kerry Von Erich. We'll get to that in a minute. By the way, did you notice in the segment with Hillbilly Jim, a lot of the video stuff that they were showing, a lot of Hulk Hogan? Wouldn't that be amazing if Hogan, big comeback, Hogan coming in to induct Hillbilly Jim? Never say never, brother. Okay, so now your questions. Any good memories of Owen Hart? All good memories of Owen Hart. He's a very dear friend of mine. We shared an interest in country music, especially one artist in particular, Colin Ray, COLLINRAYE. Check him out. And every time Owen and I would see each other, we'd sing one of Colin Ray's big hits, One Boy, One Girl, Two Hearts Beating Wildly. Hey, Big Ray, you want that singing challenge? I'm up for it. Slim Jim looks like Macho. Yeah, he does. He does. Elias looks just like Macho Man. I'm going from bottom up here. So Jeff Jones, I'm training at a wrestling school here in Pennsylvania with a famous wrestler named Steve Blackman. Yeah, Steve Blackman was a good wrestler in the WWF. Tell him I said hello, please, and good luck to you. Real Game Master, by the way, when watching old matches, I try and spot you at ringside. Thank you. Instead of Where's Waldo, it's Where's Wonderful Willie. Just the comb over and the bolt spot in the back. It's easy. It's easy to find me. But thank you. Someone told my name 32. Say my name. Megadeth got lots of free publicity during the Strowman Elias match. Yes, definitely. Bobby Hopkins, more fond memories of Kerry Von Erich. I'll give you one. I picked him up from the airport, and when I lived in New York, and brought him to my house in Massapequa Park, Long Island, when I lived there. And my kids weren't home, and they both wanted to meet Kerry Von Erich. So he made a videotape for my kids, telling them to be good to his parents and don't take drugs and take care of yourself and all that. And I still have that video, and I'm going to try and find it eventually and run it on the Apter chat. June Giovanni. Elias looks just like young Randy Savage. Yeah, very eerie resemblance, definitely. He looks just like Macho Man when he left it off the air. Okay, I always thought he looked like Randy Savage. Oh yeah, he definitely does. Slim Jim Hogan recently did an interview with Ric Flair, which was terrific. All right. M. Randy 1, Hulk Hogan seems to have disappeared lately. He's still doing things at Hogan's Beach Shop in Florida. So we've got a lot of people in the room here for something totally not advertised. The Keeper, I'm looking forward to the Dudley Boys being inducted finally. And speaking of Double J, I met him a while ago back. Awesome guy. I did answer that. He is definitely an awesome guy. Let's see. Dustin still has it, the Keeper says. Yeah. SoFly. Oh, it's a different way to spell Baltimore. Okay, I got it. I'm scrolling here looking at your questions. Jody Yarberry. Hey, Jody. Are you going to be at the Hall of Fame induction in Fort Worth in May, Bill? Sting and Hacksaw Jim Duggan. I have not been asked. Most years I haven't been there because that date in May when they run it that weekend is usually a family thing that I can't get out of. So I don't know. If they invite me, I might be able to go this year. Alan Bennett, Hillbilly Jim in the Hall of Fame. Yes, Alan Bennett. Daniel Rapp, I grew up reading PWI. Do you think there'll ever be an encyclopedia type book? I don't know. There was, not a book. We did the almanacs, but I don't know. You'd have to contact them. Stu Sachs is still in charge of that company, and go to their website. And there's a contact information there. Alejandro Ajido. I love saying the name Alejandro. My question to you is if you think the Bullet Club will premiere in WWE. I don't know who owns the name, the Bullet Club, off the top of my head. So that's a possibility, but they may be called something else like the Baylor Club. So I'll find some more out, but they're doing great on the indies, and that show in September that's going to be All In somewhere. I think it's going to be in Chicago. Bullet Club should be there. Daniel Rapp, hello from Maspeth. That's where I grew up. But see, I say Maspeth. People there say Maspeth. Hey, Daniel, where do you live in Maspeth? You don't have to put your address down, just the area, because I grew up there after moving from the Bronx at 5260 65th Place, apartment 5G, Ridgewood Gardens. Right. Again, this was just a very impromptu Monday Night Raw talk, and going to answer a couple more questions, and then we'll do this every Monday night. Yeah. June Giovanni, sorry, Bill Apter. I meant to say he left off the air. Spelling error. As you know, I'm an editor, so of course I had to pick that out. John Rush, what are your thoughts on the upcoming Andre the Giant documentary? It should be, yes. It's going to be great. And what I want to tell you, hold on, I just knocked down a whole bunch of stuff here in the alley. Got part of my head here, back of my head. But I was supposed to be on it, and I have a ton of emails from the people that put it together, and they worked years and years and interviewed hundreds of people, and they never got here. But I know because I've seen the publicity for it, and I'm very happy that it's come out because I knew Andre really well. He was one of the most unusual athletes in the world, and I'm glad they're doing this. So it premieres, I believe, April 18th or 20th on home box office, and it's nice to see that the WWE gave their full cooperation because it's rare that you see Vince McMahon on any of these shows. Bobby Hopkins, what did I think of Fritz Kahn, Eric? I didn't know him. I knew Fritz von Erich and The Claw. Read my book. There's a story about me and Fritz von Erich. Scared the bejeebers out of me. That's an old word. Scared the tar out of me. Yeah, but after we settled things, he was fine. I should have been on it. Yeah, but I was supposed to be on it, but they never got to me. Connect TV USA. Well, is that the entire company? What are your thoughts of the mixed tag team match between Triple H, Stephanie against Angle and Ronda? Well, I did mention that at the beginning of the show. You weren't. Where were you? Didn't you know I was doing an impromptu talk? We're 27 minutes and 15 seconds. I'm going to be here for 30 minutes. So no, it's great. You know, it's going to be the headline match that's going to transcend the wrestling fan media. It's going to be all over the place. So it's good for attention in the WWE. It really is. So thoughts of the future of the revival. I'm not sure. The bar put them away tonight, and I was really surprised at that. So I don't know where they're going with that. Any Eddie Gilbert stories? Ron, next week, hit me up with that question next Monday. Come on in a little earlier because I do have a lot of Eddie Gilbert stories. So this is fun. I'm enjoying doing this. Thank you all for showing up. Okay, so that's it. My feeling on Monday night, well, tonight, it was a good show. The tag team match was signed, sealed, and delivered for WrestleMania. We got that. We got Roman Reigns in the ring with Paul Heyman saying that next week Brock Lesnar better not come in promo clothes. He better come ready for a fight. And so I'm looking forward to seeing that. So it's the whole WrestleMania season, and I'm really, really very psyched about it. So I hope I'll see many of you in New Orleans. I will be on March 11th, which is this coming Sunday. As you know, Bud Carson's Pro Wrestling World closed, but he's running an autograph show convention with William Regal, Brandy Rose, and several other people who will be at the big event in New York on Saturday. I will not be there. At a local firehouse in Allentown. So if you just look at Bud Carson's Facebook page, you can catch it there, and I will be there. And I'm booked the weekend of October 20th for Awesome Wrestling Entertainment, the night of the Icon. Go to Facebook Awesome Wrestling Entertainment Facebook page and awesomewrestlingentertainment.com. And there's something going to happen that weekend regarding my one-man show as well. So, all right, Danny says, have a nice day. You too, Danny, and nice evening. And Sydney, thank you so much for staying up late and catching this. This is Bill Apter. I'm 5 seconds over the 30 minutes here. This is Bill Apter, and pass the word around that I'll be doing this every Thursday night. We'll be back with our magazine format show Thursday night live, 7 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. So I hope to see all of you there. Bill Apter will see you at the matches. Thanks for tuning in and showing up when we didn't even know we were going to do this tonight.